So, when I was a senior in my final year of college, like my undergraduate degree, I think it was the moment where I actually felt like an adult. I realized I had responsibilities to other people. I had responsibilities to myself, which is kind of how I define adulthood, partially. And it came in multiple parts throughout that semester of my final, my senior year, my final semester. So the first thing was I got in a really horrible bike accident. I wasn't hit by a car, I fell on my bike, and I subsequently accrued a lot of medical debt because of that, which became my responsibility. I wasn't on anyone's insurance. I had to pay this off. So it was the first time I'd ever really owed a lot of money, or to me what seemed like a lot of money. So I had to somehow find a way to pay thousands of dollars in medical debt, or else not fix my body, which didn't seem feasible because it was not sustainable to not fix the things that were wrong with my body after the bike accident. And then about a month or two after that, still in my senior year of my undergraduate degree, my father had a stroke, and we actually were admitted to the same emergency room. So just about a month and a half maybe after I was in the emergency room at this particular hospital, he was then in the emergency room at this particular hospital, with what we didn't know was a stroke at the time, because it was kind of hard to diagnose what was happening in his brain, or to his body. And he was kind of in a comatose-like state for a while, and I basically froze all of my studies. I was still technically enrolled. I just was not going to classes. I didn't know what my final project was going to look like anymore. I wasn't sure that I was even going to be able to complete my degree at the time. Again, still thinking about my medical debt, still trying to work and hold a job, to be able to earn some kind of money to pay my rent. My family was all really stressed out and kind of in shambles because medical trauma does that. People don't really necessarily know how to adjust to it or deal with it in the same ways. So there's a lot of stress in my family, a lot of tension. People were getting in really big kind of rift-making fights in my family. But I was basically in the hospital every day with my dad. I would go there. I would try and work on my schoolwork, sit with my laptop, and try to get stuff done so I could finish my degree, with him just lying basically comatose in bed. At this point, he has made a full recovery, but it was through that term I was able to finally, by the last week, able to pull stuff together enough. I was physically healed to some degree that I could go and present my final work in my classes. And my father was at least coherent. So when I went to the hospital to visit him, he recognized me and was awake, and we could kind of converse. But I didn't know what the long-term recovery was going to look like for me or for him. I didn't know what the ramifications were economically for me or for him. And I definitely didn't know, again, if I was going to get my degree and able to finish. So I just sort of went to my last couple of classes and showed up and said hey, teach, I'm here, remember me. And of course they knew what I'd been going through, but I didn't expect them to give me any kind of
hope.
Yeah, any kind of credit for that.
Yeah.
I mean, I was expecting the worst, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So I was okay, if I pass with D's, at least hopefully I can get my degree and I can finish that chapter of my life and focus on my family and myself. And fortunately, I passed my classes and I got my degree. I'm physically healed. My dad is somewhat physically healed. There are parts of like both of us that will never return fully. I paid off all my medical debt. As far as I know, he's paid off his. I'm working on my master's. So, looking back, it all worked out relatively well. Mm-hmm. But at the time, it was certainly the first point in my life where I was like, holy shit, I have to take care of myself, and like not many other people can. Like, I have to take care of other people in ways that like not many other people can. And I have responsibilities. I can't just be fucking around. I can't just be like, I may not have like children to take care of, but like I have other people around me that like, need my help. And I need to help myself, I guess. So it was a really interesting moment in my life, I guess.
Yeah.
Getting a bill for the first time is definitely a moment that I will never forget. Makes you feel like an adult.
Great. Thank you very much.
Yeah.